Styles. This is one of the powerful productivity features in Adobe InDesign that allows you to easily create and edit text and graphics. Welcome to this video. I'm Arpad Onasegi, and in this video, I will show you how you can set up styles for text and graphics and edit them effectively. So again, welcome to this exciting video. There are three types of styles. Paragraph style is assigned to a body of text or a paragraph inside a body of text, inside a text frame. Character style refers to certain characters inside that. For example, in this case, the bold. And object style refers to any graphic applied to text or frames or lines in this case. So notation marks or text frames. Let's examine how we can create styles. Let's examine paragraph style first. So I have three text here called sample title. So one way to create styles is actually that you select the text or place your cursor inside the text. So in this case, I will just select the text because I want to format it first. So let's format this, and maybe I use best career for the title, and maybe I make it 18 point. And maybe I push it a little bit together. This is called tracking, so it creates a kind of a visual effect. The text is closer. So again, now we're going to turn it into a style. You can, again, for turning it into a style, you can select the frame or put it in cursor inside the paragraph. In this case, I put it inside the paragraph. And then we navigate to the panels. Now, in my case, you see that I have three panels here: paragraph styles, character styles, and object styles. And these are actually assembled as independent panels in a single column. And I do that because I use these a lot. These are really one of the primary panels that you access a lot. Okay, so in this case, I create a style. And you can actually organize styles into panels. So I will click on this icon, which refers to style group folder. You can double click and you can rename that. So maybe I call it example 2, examples 2, say okay. And then I'm going to create a new style. Simply click on the plus sign. Again, the name appears. You can click on it and name it. So I call this title, maybe title 1. Okay, now how do I assign style to new instances? In this case, again, I can either click inside, which I will do in this case, and then I have created these styles. Now, what is the advantage of using styles? Well, the advantage of using styles is that now I have assigned it to three different instances. What if you want to edit this and change your mind? Maybe you want it slightly formatted differently. So instead of having to reselect each of these instances, all you have to do is go to the paragraph panel or the style panel, in this case, the paragraph styles panel, double click, and all the possible editing features that can be edited on a paragraph is all here, including, so you have to highlight the bar. In this case, we have changed the basic character settings, which is best curve regular 18 point. So let's say I want it to be larger, maybe 24 point or 22 point. This 22 is good. Maybe you want to have a different color. Maybe I select title color, which I created earlier, and I say, okay. As you have seen, because I had the, let me show this again. I had the preview turned on. I could see live as all of them changed. Now let's say that I also have, I created something called subtitle, and I want to turn this into a style as well. Okay, so I will actually assign this one to this one, but I think, okay, it's a subtitle, so I assign the title to this one, but I really want this to be a little smaller, the difference. So I'm gonna select this. And again, I reformat this maybe 18 point, otherwise I'm happy with it. Okay, now as soon as you do this, in other words, it was originally called the paragraph style title. I changed it. And as soon as I change it, please note in the panel that there's a plus sign behind the title, the name title of this style. But what the plus means is that this has been edited. So I could either click on this one and override this, or hold down the Alt key and click on it. But of course, as I clear the modification, the style goes back to what it was before. So I'm going to undo this, Control Z. Instead, I create a new style, and I call this style subtitle. And again, subtitle 01 because it's connected to the other one. Now, before I close this, please note there's something interesting here. Right here in the middle here, it says based on. So what this means is actually is that this one is linked to the previous style. What has changed is the size, and you can of course see that here, but the other settings did not. So why is that good? Well, this is good because let's say that you are creating a large document, you're linking the titles in some form except the size, and you decide that you want to edit, maybe change it to a different font type. So now instead of actually having to restyle all of them, all you have to do is select the mother, the parent style, in this case, title 1. And let's say maybe I change this from this to Century Gothic. Please note all of them have actually changed. Okay. And I guess I had to click on this for some reason, but this also changed to that style. I guess because I had my cursor in there. That's why I changed it. Makes sense? Okay. Again, let's do this again. Actually, I leave, put the cursor outside, double click on this one. And again, I change it to Baskerville. And you see both of them change. Okay. The other way, which, let's go to this page. And a recommended way could also be that you actually don't create a style, you just assign styles, and you change, you actually create the settings for the style later, you format it later. So in this case, I'm going to select all of this text, okay, in this document here, and I create a new style, go to this folder, create a new style, and I just name it text. Okay, maybe text 1. Okay, so all of these have been assigned to that. But what is the advantage of this one? Well, the advantage of this one is that I can continue adding to this text and continue developing the text in that style, but this style is assigned to that one. Okay, so all of these are assigned to that style. For some reason, I have a plus sign, so I'm gonna hold this down and make sure that all of them, hold the Alt down and click on it, make sure all of this is assigned to that. So in this case, the text is assigned to that style. I double click on the style to edit this. In other words, the editing will happen afterwards. And now you can pick, maybe I pick Century Gothic, 9.10 point with a little more bedding. Okay, you say okay. And of course, you see all the text that was threaded here changed to that. And maybe I change this to title and this one to subtitle. The same applies to character style. So let's look at how that works. So let's say that, again, I have this text here. Let me assign what I just created here, text, sorry, title, text, and text 1. And you can actually rearrange the order of these naturally. So I have the title, maybe I move the title to the top, subtitle to below, and text below. And in this case, please note that when I put my cursor inside these characters, these are bold. And in the character style, you already see that. Okay. And when I double click on this one, I want to show you one thing that's important here, is that when I open the character style setting, the basic setting, the only one that's actually filled in is bold, because I made this into bold, and all the other ones are blank. What this means is that the bold, this character style will only change whatever you originally had there into bold. Well, what does this mean? This means that this text again is connected to text 1. Let's say you change your mind and text 1 should actually be, again, previous turned on. Maybe text 1 should be actually a different font, or maybe a different size, maybe a Baskerville, okay? And you see all of these change, including the font type. In other words, it is actually linked to that. To create a new style, let me actually maybe delete this one that I created earlier. To use the style, you click on here. It will give you a warning. Do you want to assign it to something? This could be actually useful if you created something similar, but you want to consolidate. So in this case, I say no, none. So this should have been assigned to none. Actually, I have to override it here. So now the italic is taken out. To assign it to italic, you select the text, the characters, click on the plus sign. Well, actually, sorry, you can do that, but alternatively, so that's one way, and then you edit it afterwards, or you can edit it first, which I do, it probably makes more sense. So I turn it into italic, and now click on this plus sign, and I rename it italic. Again, when you look at the settings, that's the only thing that changed here. So now I can select, and I can assign this. Okay, let me rename it. I like to use, for some reason, capital letters. Similarly, you can also set up styles for graphics. So in this case, I have this notation line that I already created a style for. And if you want to edit that, again, you double click. And all the settings that you can set for graphics is here. And you can decide which settings actually are active. Okay, so for example, I don't need the transparency. You unselect it. But I don't have a fill, I have a stroke. Maybe you want a smaller stroke size. Again, this will automatically change that. And stroke options, maybe you want a bigger arrowhead. Let me type in 200 here. And then use that, or maybe you want a different type of arrow. Okay. You say okay. And of course that changed for this one, but it will change for every instance where you had that. Again, to turn something into a style, you can create a style. In this case, this is a round corner, 1-point frame with graphic style assigned to that with no stroke fill. You like that, you click on the plus sign, the object style appears. You can name it frame. Okay, I guess I have to use frame 2. Okay, and now we created that style. So this, of course, could be applied to anything, like in this case, that's that text frame. So this concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, remember to use styles. Of course, the great advantage of styles is that every instance where it's assigned, it's easily editable, and all instances will be automatically updated. Again, a powerful feature, especially on longer documents.